I'm just going to play up to the point where I was, because I don't feel like re-commentating all of that. Did a run of this earlier. Also, what? Oh god. Oh, you've done testing? That's sweet. I'm not sure if that helps too much, but it's good to know the rates. I mean, essentially it's still RNG if the game wants to give you a good run or not. This is pretty good. Okay, really? Geez, 1500. I am not that rigorous. I'm gonna lure this ghost because I don't have enough ammo. Come on, it's fine. Please. Please. Alright. Maybe? I guess I don't really need to farm right now, but... Alright, RNG guys. That was great. But at least I have ammo. Alright. Alright, this should be good. So the whole reason I came to this room, the whole reason I zipped to it, was to get the double jump boots. Obviously, I can double jump. Those let me get the gas mask. I am now immune to those poisonous gas clouds. I'm taking a save here just to restore my health a bit. Falling in lava instantly kills you. I guess I should take this time to explain how zips work. Nice bit of ammo there. Basically, the top tile of ladders act as a solid block, but you can still go through them. So if you get knocked off of them at the right point, at the right velocity, then I'm gonna do a damage boost here. Then the algorithm that keeps you out of the walls just pushes you out of the walls, like it's supposed to do, but it fails a bit because you're in a place you're not supposed to be. So you can basically zip either to the right or downward by jumping. And very rarely, once in this run, you can go a bit to it. I'm doing practice commentary for the JRT I remember. You know, like it says in the stream tab. So now going into Dungeon 1. That item I just got was the Catfish Charm, gives me immunity to earthquake-based attacks. And that's a little fun graphical glitch you can do at the start of dungeons. So this is the this is Dodo's Den. Bat's Cave is the second dungeon. And very simple dungeon. It's basically just 2 zips and jumping over some spikes. There is a spider on my wall. Hello, spider. And this is the Dodo. And the Dodo is pretty easy. Just saving here so I don't have to redo that. So now I'm gonna go get another sub-weapon. This is the arrow. It works basically like the knife from Castlevania. And that's basically it. It does the same amount of damage as my sword. And this is the gem, one of the most useful items in the game. Roughly doubles the chance of item drops. I decided that I'll learn the new strats after the marathon, once I'm actually trying for good times instead of runs. So that's the axe sub-weapon. The axe works like the axe in Castlevania. And that red scroll I just got allows me to do charge attacks, which I basically use exactly once in that room where I used it. And this is the Bat's Cave, as I said before. Yeah. And it also has 2 zips in it. I would love to have a bit more ammo than this, but it seems like that's not in the cards. Yeah, I did notice that. He was on Speedrunners Live. Oh, this is bad. Ha! Well, I guess I was wrong about the, I guess I was a bit wrong about not using the charge attack. It's a good finisher when you're very low on ammo. Which apparently I am. Well, no, apparently about that, but... This is actually very bad, and I'm gonna try to get up to at least 10 ammo here. He is pretty good at the game. I would really like one more sub. Okay. Okay. This is back on track. So you use an axe here, yeah? Okay. So this is Gulge's Ruins. And this is really the first dungeon that would normally have an item you're required to get to beat it. And I'm just gonna totally ignore that. So... hope you like boss fights, because... oh. And I immediately messed this one up. So it means I basically have to spend another cycle fighting this guy than I normally would. He should be dead here, yeah. There's that glitch again. Wow. I still can't. Second dungeon... the second dungeon, you can skip that if you have the double jump, which is why I say it's only sort of required. What am I doing? So, annoying zip here. I think that should be good. And that's an annoying zip because you have to do a bit extra to go left. But now I'm headed to probably the worst dungeon in the game, which is, of course, the water dungeon. Dungeon 4, Gyra's Bog. So I'm just gonna zip to get one of the more required items. That was actually pretty good. So, as you notice, I'm losing health and moving very slowly in the water. Those items, that item I just got, the gills, lets me not be constantly losing health in the water. God. I'm pretty sure you can... I'm working off knowledge of how I'm supposed to do the game, so... that's a bit old. That's a couple of years old. And I'm just getting bodied by bats again and again here. Anyway, now we can finally get on, whoops, this dungeon. So, first part of the dungeon is pretty covered in water. Basic strategy here, stay out of the water as much as possible. That zip I just did is also a bit weird because you're jumping right out of it, which you're, well, I guess not supposed to do is sort of moot at this point. But it's not really something that you can do outside of doing some special inputs, which just consists of alternating directions. I know the way I go through there is a bit outdated. So these are the flippers, and they make the rest of the dungeon considerably less painful. They let me go almost normal speed in the water. And right now I have probably the most annoying zip to make, in which I have to... the zip point is under... oh, no. Under these flumps. Yeah, I thought that was bad. I think this is good. Well, fourth try isn't good, but it's not exactly awful either. Because that zip is probably the one that... There's this stretch of the game from Dungeon 3 to the end of Dungeon 4 where it's just like all the zips are the worst. And then Dungeon 5 has the worst boss, which we'll see in a bit. Anyway, that item I got in there is the Dragon Idol, and it lets me break a statue at the beginning of the dungeon to gain access to the boss. And it's another required item, there's no way to skip it. And thankfully, I'm actually looking very nice on ammo here. And here's the first time I'm really going to be using axes. Axe, actually, because... Look, at least with at least if you mess up Devil, you know it's your fault. Well, Hydra can just decide to kill you. So this is Hydra. Big snake thing, its weak point is the tail, and I need to hit it with these bombs about 6 times. A bit less, actually, but... Good rule of thumb here is aiming for basically around where the head is will hit me the tail. And that was actually pretty nice in terms of actually grabbing the key, because I was right there. So now, onto the 5th dungeon, Hydra's Cavern. And... well, the actual dungeon isn't that bad, although I will be taking it a bit slow to be safe in certain parts. And you'll see why that's necessary in a bit too. I'm gonna... Yeah, I know. My PB is awful. So... now I'm going to go into the darkness, which is this dungeon skin. And I forget that I can go past there, but the other part of this dungeon that makes it unique are these swinging death balls, which make boss so much more of a pain to deal with if I get hit even once. So I'm going to try not to get hit. And there, I did it. Not getting hit is pretty easy. Now this boss is just bad because those little minion spawns he does are about random. 5. So I actually, yeah. So you could see there that there was nothing I could do about getting him. But I actually use the boss music here to time my hits on him. Ooh, nice. And that was a gold split. Wow. So now on to the 6th dungeon, Devil's Lair. Lead there. Trying to stock up on ammo when it's right in your way is pretty much always good. So Devil's Lair has no zips in it, but does have a skip in it, which is actually the reason why I got axes in the first place. Oh, nice. RNG's being a bit generous with the... wow, very generous with the sub-weapon drops right now. So... Mega Man blocks there, not much else to say. Room's actually a lot easier than it looks, but... So, the reason we could use axes I could use axes to skip a thing there is because you're expected to get the key item of this dungeon to ride up on the airstreams those, like, pop things make, these. But turns out double jumping and using the axes will just aggro the bats, and then the bats fly into the axes. So that's the only reason you actually need the feather in this dungeon. And although it's hurting my time a bit, I'm gonna save here. Because the devil is just the toughest boss, technically. Two, 6 jump, 1, 2 jump, 2. And that is a perfect fight. Which I'm really thrilled about, actually. And I actually still have enough ammo for the next dungeon. So this is going really well. Still gonna try to stock up here. Nice. Need to learn the strat for restocking there, by the way. I do know that you can use a boomerang there to do it. So now I'm going to use a bomb. Quick zip. Once again from the same location. Third time we've used that zip point, also the last. And this is Dungeon 7, Garm's Grotto. And Garm's Grotto, provided I have enough ammo, which I do, could actually be pretty good. Because there's nothing too complicated about it. That's fair. It's probably the best area to kill bosses. Or to try to get ammo drops. Bosses, what am I saying? Anyway, the reason I killed that turret in that room is because god. If I accidentally grab onto that ladder, I have to kill that door with my sword. It's not very good. So that's the first of 2 coin items that are required. And that's actually the reason I killed that turret. Because you need to kill that turret to make that item appear. And that wasn't too good, but... So we kill all the enemies in here, and make a ladder appear. Not sure if I actually timed that when I was... It's in the tasks, so I knew about it. But I was pretty sure it didn't save time. I'll have to check again now. Because when I was originally routing this, I didn't look too far into it. I thought it was a random chance that you could do the jump, but now I know how to do the inputs. Anyway, now that we have the 2 coins... Gonna activate this. And that item, clearly, lets me walk on lava. Also means you don't have to deal with quite the same core stuff. Also sup. Yeah, 2 ammo is pretty nice, actually. But I mean, the only thing that matters in the end is whether you have enough to do a quick kill. So this is Garm. Despite being the 7th boss, he's probably one of the easiest. The first time I played through this game, I actually killed him mostly using the sword. Which is pretty ridiculous, because the sword is absurdly weak. It's mostly just... spacing. So I probably have enough ammo to just take on Hydras. And now I definitely do. Alright, so now just the final trek onto the Hydra. And the Hydra is... the Hydra's dungeon, I'm gonna start explaining it here. It's basically a long vertical central... it has a long vertical central area. And it's blocked at points by the way, you can bomb up ladders to... oops. Anyway, there's these gems that you'd normally have to fight your way through boss refights. Boss refights is the first boss. To kill, but you can bomb off ladders and boomerangs go through walls. So the Hydra is actually probably the most difficult boss in casual runs, and oh man, these boulders are RNG and it's not great getting hit there. You basically have no tolerance. Jesus. Oh, yes! Baby! Wait.